Venezuela has the largest proven oil reserves in the world. It also produces heavier crude oil, the type that the US wants and needs. Donald Trump has said that reviving the industry could enrich both Venezuelans but also Americans too. But there are significant hurdles to that. It would take a lot of time and investment. Donald Trump has also claimed that Venezuela stole US oil, but that is too simplistic. There are some US firms who are owed compensation by Venezuela after the country nationalized its industry, but Venezuela still owns that oil. Let's be really clear, sovereign nations own their own natural resources. Just because another nation wants it, it doesn't give them the right to just take it. Sanctions too may block Venezuela from selling oil to certain places, but it doesn't give the US the right to just take oil from the country itself without permission. International law also doesn't allow nations to just use force against another state, unless it is obviously in self-defense or if there is some kind of other wider authorization for it. Now, it's not exactly clear, but it could be that Donald Trump is not referring to seizing Venezuelan oil directly, but instead about changing US sanctions licenses. At the moment, only one US company, Chevron, has a license to operate in Venezuela. Now, that could mean that more American companies would legally be able to sell Venezuelan oil if those in power allowed them to operate there. Donald Trump has explicitly threatened the new leadership in Venezuela, saying that if they don't do the right thing, they could face the same fate, if not worse, than Nicolas Maduro. That seems to be one way that Donald Trump is pressuring the new Venezuelan government to do as he says and open up Venezuela to US oil companies.
Maduro is a brutal, illegitimate dictator, but that does not give President Trump a free pass for illegal action. This wasn't about liberating the Venezuelan people. Trump's refusal to back Nobel Prize winner Maria Machado, Maduro's brave liberal opponent, shows Trump has no interest in Venezuelan democracy. This is about Trump believing he can grab anything he wants and get away with it, this time oil. We know what happens when an American president launches an illegal war under the pretext of an imminent threat. It's why we oppose the Iraq War and why we condemn Trump today. National sovereignty matters. International law matters. Without them, the world is far more dangerous and we are all less safe. Anyone who thinks Trump's actions will make China or Russia think twice is either hopelessly desperate or desperately naive. Putin and Xi will be using this precedent to strengthen their hands in Ukraine and Taiwan. And Madam Deputy Speaker, anyone who thinks Trump will stop with Venezuela hasn't read his new national security strategy. He's already threatening Colombia, Cuba and Greenland and even democracies across Europe. Does the Foreign Secretary not realise how ridiculous it looks to refuse to call this what it is, a clear breach of international law? Will she at least publish all the advice the government has received on the legality of Trump's actions?
As everyone knows, the oil business in Venezuela has been a bust, a total bust, for a long period of time. They were pumping almost nothing by comparison to what they could have been pumping and what could have taken place. We're going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure, the oil infrastructure, and start making money for the country.
Venezuelan oil. Donald Trump says the United States government may reimburse the oil companies if they go into Venezuela and they rebuild Venezuela's oil's infrastructure. What? The United States government is going to help private companies rebuild oil infrastructure in Venezuela so they can make billions of dollars? I don't think so, because the U.S. government, where does the U.S. government get its money from? Not the billionaires, not from U.S. companies. They get it from you and me, the taxpayer. Are you interested in using your tax dollars to give to Trump, to give to the oil companies so they can rebuild the oil infrastructure in Venezuela so that other people can make money off of us? I don't think so. My tax dollars are not going to Washington to go to Trump, to go to Venezuela, to be used to rebuild oil infrastructure for the oil companies so they can make billions of dollars on our backs. This is just wrong, wrong, wrong. Trump loves to use the government and us as taxpayers as a piggy bank for him and his buddies. This is not right. What do you think? Love to hear from you. My MAGAs, my Democrats, my crazies, my cuckoos, and the burned out light bulbs. And if you think your congressman should know about it, their phone is area 202-224-3121. Call them and let them know. No tax money to rebuild or reimburse oil companies for rebuilding oil infrastructure in Venezuela so they can make money on us. This is just not going to happen. No.